Don't let this latest development cloud your view of Salesforce stock. Besides valuation, there is another factor at play with Salesforce that some may be misperceiving to be a red flag. That would be recent insider selling by CEO Mark Benioff and other C-suite execs at the customer relationship management software company. This shouldn't cloud your view on Salesforce stock, which stands to bounce back as the tech slump eases and as the company capitalizes on the generative AI trend. Let's dive in. Stay calm. Recent insider selling doesn't spell trouble for Salesforce stock. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. Recently, I discussed how valuation is not as big of a concern as it seems at first glance with Salesforce stock. However, I will admit that a rich price-to-earnings ratio is not the only concern investors may have about Salesforce stock right now. At least, based upon a recent development that could be initially regarded as a red flag. I'm talking about recent insider selling by both the company's CEO Mark Benioff and by other C-suite executives at this leading customer relationship management company. Insider buying is a bullish sign. With this, it's easy to conclude that insider selling is a bearish sign. However, that's not always the case. The situation with Salesforce and the latest insider selling is one such example. Let's take a closer look and see why this news cannot change the story with shares, Salesforce stock, and last month's insider transactions. Check out headlines about Salesforce stock, and you'll quickly see the headlines regarding insider selling that I am referencing. Along with CEO Brian Milham and co-founder CTO Parker Harris have all reduced their respective positions in the company over the past month. Pull up all of the recent insider transactions with Salesforce stock, and you'll see that even more C-suite selling has been going on. You'll also see that, while some executives have exercised options, no insiders have been making open market purchases of shares lately. Yet despite all the red selling you're seeing, you still shouldn't view this as a red flag. Namely, because even as there have been many selling transactions, the dollar amount of these transactions is minuscule relative to Salesforce's $194.4 billion market cap. Benioff's selling has barely made a dent in his personal stake in the company. Benioff may be taking some risk off the table by selling 550,000 shares in total last month, but he continues to own 25.37 million shares. The Salesforce CEO's stake continues to represent a hefty portion of his overall net worth, $7.7 billion. Why shares will likely get back on track. Insiders may buy for one reason, but insider selling happens for a variety of reasons. Whether because of a desire to diversify one's wealth or for estate planning purposes, it's short-sighted to assume that such selling is already a case of take the money and run. Of course, it may be hard to dismiss this insider selling, while it happens at the same time that Salesforce stock is pulling back. Still, while shares are in a slump right now, that doesn't mean underwhelming performance will continue indefinitely. When it comes to its chances of getting back on track over a long time frame, the odds that shares get back on track are in your favor. Why? Remember when I said Salesforce stock isn't as pricey as it seems on the surface? As the tech sector slump eases, the company's earnings will bounce back significantly from 21 cents per share last fiscal year, ending January 2023, to $8.02 per share this fiscal year, ending January 2024. This means shares have a forward valuation of around 24.9, a sustainable multiple. Better yet, shares have more room to run considering the latest earnings forecasts. The verdict. In the fiscal years ahead, the sell side expects earnings to keep growing at around 17% annually. A continued rebound in tech spending, plus the rise of generative AI, point to this happening. Speaking of generative AI, let me reiterate how much Salesforce is capitalizing on this trend. Because of this factor, not only is delivering results in line with forecasts attainable, delivering results ahead of these expectations may be within the realm of possibility. Having said all of this, keep in mind that while a rebound is likely, it may take time to happen. Misperceptions about both valuation and insider selling could keep weighing on shares. The prospect of interest rates staying high for much of 2024 may also affect near-term performance. Nevertheless, feel free to consider Salesforce stock a solid big tech name to include in your portfolio. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.